What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Weekly GCap, the only source you'll ever need to catch up on all the gaming news from the last week. As always, we got a lot of stuff to cover, so let's go ahead and get right into this. First things first, there were new Joy-Con colors announced. So this coming from Nintendo, quote, "Kick off your summer in style with this new line of pastel Joy-Con controllers available June 30th. Which color is your favorite?" And then it has a picture, it just shows the purple Joy-Con, the green Joy-Con, the pink Joy-Con, and the yellow Joy-Con. So, you know, they all look pretty cool. The color palette kind of screamed a bit more like spring to me than actual summer, but that being said, these still do look pretty cool, so yeah, look forward to those. And for our next story, we have the next Nintendo blockbuster that was announced. So as you guys probably know, a little bit ago, Tears of the Kingdom came out, and Nintendo was like, hey, you know what, that's not enough for our 2023 fiscal year, we need to lay down the fire. We need another Game of the Year contender. So you want to know what they announced? Everybody Want to Switch. This coming from Nintendo, quote, "Everybody Want to Switch is coming to Nintendo Switch on June 30th. Pre-order now." One thing worth noting is that it's only $30, but yeah, as the name would suggest, this is a sequel to 1-2 Switch, if you guys remember the launch title for the Switch. Yeah, this exists. Like I said, though, it's only $30, so, this would be good for, like, families, or, I don't know, yeah, that's really the only scenario I could think of, is, like, maybe if you have, like, a family or something like that, you guys want to do a game night. Again, this is only like $30, so maybe I could see that, but otherwise, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be picking this one up necessarily. Next up, TMNT Shredder's Revenge DLC was announced. I am so excited for this. There was a new trailer that dropped. You're watching it on your screen right now, but then in the description of the trailer, it says, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge unveils a brand new Dimension Shellshock DLC coming later this year. In addition to a new game mode and character colors, Dimension Shellshock brings new playable fighters, including the razor-sharp Usagi Yojimbo. The Steely Rabbit Samurai is ready to hop across dimensions to fight evil and witness a new style of otherworldly battles awaiting the turtles. If you're on the younger side, you probably don't remember Yojimbo, but for some of the older folks out there, oh, but dude, I am just... As soon as I saw this, I got so giddy. If you haven't heard of Yojimbo before, just do yourself a favor, go into Google, go into YouTube, look up Usagi Yojimbo. I promise you will not be disappointed. I really enjoyed Shredder's Revenge last year, so yeah, I'm getting this DLC literally the day that it drops. And for our next story, Death Stranding will be coming to the Mac. Man, that's a sentence I did not expect to say out loud anytime soon. Anyway, this is coming from The Verge, quote, "Hideo Kojima made a brief but interesting appearance during WWDC 2023 as Apple highlighted the power of its latest M2 chips and a new game mode in macOS Sonoma. During the gaming portion of the conference, the director revealed that not only is he bringing Death Stranding Director's Cut to macOS, but his other titles as well. However, Kojima didn't specify when Director's Cut will make its Mac appearance, nor which other games in his omnibus he's porting to Mac. So, yeah, Apple's been making a bit of a gaming push lately, which we'll be talking about that here in a little bit, but yeah, I don't know, Death Stranding is coming to Mac. I'll definitely be checking out, like, the Digital Foundry video. I don't know if Digital Foundry ever necessarily I know they cover PC stuff sometimes, but if they end up doing, like, a Mac overview with this, I'll definitely be giving that a watch, because I'm interested to see, like, what this new M2 chip is capable of, because, Apple, again, they've been making this push towards gaming. I don't think they're ever necessarily going to try to get into, like, the console space or anything like that. That being said, yeah, I'm definitely interested in seeing what this new chip is capable of, and what awaits Apple's future, in terms of gaming at least. And for our next story, the MetaQuest 3 was announced. That's coming from Meta, quote, "Mark Zuckerberg just announced MetaQuest 3, our next generation virtual and mixed reality headset, which launches later this year. It features higher resolution, stronger performance, breakthrough meta reality technology, and a slimmer, more comfortable form factor. Quest 3 will ship in all countries where MetaQuest is currently supported this fall. The 128GB headset starts at $499.99 USD and will offer an additional storage option for those who want some extra space. Mark your calendars, because we'll have lots more to share at MetaConnect, which returns this year on September 27th. So, yeah, I don't know, the MetaQuest is cool and all, but I don't know, there's like so many other VR headsets, and well, there's another headset we'll be talking about next that's, it's been taking the internet by storm to say the least, but, MetaQuest 3, if you're a Quest fan, that's cool, you can upgrade there, but otherwise, when it comes to VR, I'm not much of a VR guy, but if I was to go with any VRs, I'd probably go with the PSVR 2. I know the lineup isn't exactly superb for the VR 2 at the moment, but they just had that showcase a little bit ago. The VR 2 is definitely starting to show some more promise. They got some pretty good titles coming out for it soon. And for our next story, the Apple Vision Pro was announced. This is a $3,500 VR type helmet. I don't even know how to explain this thing, so you're seeing some of the footage on your screen right now. Normally I don't cover tech stuff like this because, this is outside the realm of gaming and this is a gaming news show. However, playing games on this will be possible. There's like, I'm gonna have to like try to crop around it and include it in the video. If it's not on the screen, then I apologize. But there was like one clip in this trailer where somebody was playing NBA on the headset. Again, I'm not exactly sure as to how this thing works. It looks absolutely insane. So it's not like an actual screen or anything like that, but basically you put that headset on and it projects these screens in your vision. It's like a mix of like VR and AR. It's really weird. Personally, I know for a fact I won't be picking this thing up. However, I may consider getting one if it gets Pokemon Go support. You may think I'm joking, but unfortunately I'm not. And for our next story, a Capcom showcase was announced. This coming from Capcom's Twitter, quote, "Tune in on June 12th, 3 p.m. PDT for a Capcom showcase digital event featuring roughly 36 minutes of news and updates on our latest games. See you there." I don't even know what to begin speculating for this. I assume we might see some more about like Resident Evil 4 for the PSVR 2 because that was announced at the PlayStation Showcase. And I'm assuming they'll probably at least show some gameplay for that there. Maybe some updates for like Street Fighter 6 something. Like, I could sit here and speculate, but honestly, I have no idea. As always, you know, if anything important ends up coming out of it, I'll update you guys and do, like, a whole recap in the next episode of WGC. Usually, I try to do, like, massive recaps and recap everything that happened at every single showcase in these videos. But with it being summer, we got Summer Game Fest coming up, and then the Xbox showcase, and Capcom showcase, and whatever other showcases are going on. There's rumors about a Nintendo Direct coming up soon, so, yeah, I'm gonna do my best to do, like, complete recaps, but I might just have to stick to doing highlights. Otherwise, I mean, these will be, like, 40-minute episodes where 30 minutes of it is literally just recaps. I might branch out and just do, like, dedicated recap videos. I'm not too sure yet. I might do it that way, just do, like, spin-off WGC episodes. I'll let you guys know. But anyways, for our next story, Star Wars KOTOR DLC was canceled. This coming from Aspire on Twitter. Quote, "Update on the restored content DLC. We'd like to thank the KOTOR community for their immense passion and support for the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic series. That passion allowed us to bring this timeless series to the Nintendo Switch, and we are forever grateful. Sadly, today we are announcing that the restored content DLC for the Nintendo Switch version of Star Wars KOTOR 2, The Sith Lords, will not be moving forward for release. We'd like to thank everyone for their continued support by providing a complimentary video game key to players that purchase Star Wars KOTOR 2, The Sith Lords on Nintendo Switch before this announcement. Players may pick a replacement key from the following list," and then it goes on to list a bunch of things, including Star Wars KOTOR 2, The Sith Lords on Steam, KOTOR 1 on Switch, and then like a bunch of other games that you could like different keys you can get instead. Obviously, this is really unfortunate. I'm wondering why the DLC was canceled. My guess is one of two things, either budget or licensing issues. I'm not sure which it was, but I'm sure it probably came down to one of those two. But regardless, this is obviously pretty sad. It's always sad when, you know, content that was planned before gets canceled. I'm hoping that we can see this make a comeback at some point and actually end up coming out, because between this and like the KOTOR remake, things have not been good for KOTOR lately, man. And for our next story, this one's a quick one. A new Pikmin 4 trailer was released. This coming from Nintendo's Twitter account. Quote, "Mission alert. Customize your explorer and embark on a journey to find and rescue fellow explorers. You will befriend plant-like creatures called Pikmin, and their fate will rest on your hands." Pikmin 4 coming to you on July 21st. And, you know, you're seeing in the trailer in the screen right now, Pikmin is always a great, fun, and wholesome time. So I'm really excited to pick up Pikmin 4. And for our next story, this one is less of a story and just more like an update, really. But Robocop previews have gone live. IGN uploaded like a whole video of their like hands-on preview with the game, and they were showing a bunch of gameplay, and yeah, this game looks great. I've been saying it ever since it was announced. I'm super excited for this game. I'm a fan of the original Robocop movies from like the 80s. I absolutely love those movies, so I'm really excited for this game. This gameplay looks great. I didn't watch too much of it because if you guys know me, you know, I like going into games 110% blind. I barely even watch trailers anymore, but I did sneak a peek. I watched, you know, like a solid minute of the gameplay just to kind of get a feel for it, see what it was going for, because I didn't even know what to expect with this game, really. And yeah, I'm very excited for this one, to say the very least. If you want to go watch that, just go to IGN's page. It's definitely worth the watch if you're excited for this game and don't mind seeing some gameplay. Next up, we got a bit of a sales update. Octopath Traveler 2 has sold 1 million copies. That's coming from the Octopath Traveler Twitter account. Quote, "Worldwide shipping plus download number exceeded 1 million. Thank you very much." End quote. So yeah, this makes me really happy. Octopath Traveler, those two games, they're honestly fantastic, and it makes me really sad to see that these games don't get as much attention as some of other, like, Square Enix's other RPG franchises. Like, obviously, we're talking about, like, it sold 1 million copies, so it still gets a lot of attention, but, you know, like, in conversation of RPG games and stuff, not as many people bring up Octopath Traveler, which is really sad, because both of these games have been absolutely fantastic so far, and I'm sure that they're going to make more games in this series in the future, and I'm sure those are going to be great as well. But yeah, if you guys haven't played Octopath Traveler 1 or 2 before, I highly recommend checking them out. Both of these games are absolutely fantastic. And for our next story, we we have yet another update on the Super Mario Bros. Movie. I've talked about this movie so many times at this point because it just keeps smashing records. But anyway, this is coming from Independent. Quote, the Super Mario Bros. Movie ices Frozen to become second biggest animated movie of all time. As of Tuesday, May 30th, the Super Mario Bros. Movie has taken in $1,288,321,030 at the global box office, nearly $4 million more than Frozen's total of $1,284,540,518. Sorry about that. Without being adjusted for inflation, the highest grossing animated film of all time remains 2019 sequel Frozen 2, which took in a staggering $1,453,683,476 at the box office. I kept getting like the millions and thousands mixed up. I'm not used to reading that big of numbers when it comes to sales, but you know, this is on a different caliber, man. This is like Frozen and the Mario Bros. Movie. These are bringing in amounts of money that I've never seen and will never see. That being said, yeah, I really don't know what else to say about this. It's just, I knew this movie was gonna do well, but man, this is just on a different level. Yeah, I'm sure we're gonna be seeing a Zelda or Donkey Kong movie before too long. Nintendo would literally be throwing away money if they didn't do that. Next up, we got a bit of an update on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth's development. If you want to see like more of what they've been talking about, you can go to the Final Fantasy Rebirth Twitter account, and they have like a whole bunch of dev updates there, but we're just gonna cover the first one here. They have 6 other dev updates with like screenshots and questions that go more in depth about like information on the game, but this one this is the main one I want to cover. It says, question, how is development progressing on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? Answer, development is progressing smoothly, and according to plan, we are currently working on nailing down a release date for the game. So yeah, I guess we'll be seeing with Final Fantasy 16 coming out this year, I'm sure we're not gonna even hear about this game for a while yet. Probably not until the latter half of the year, maybe even early 2024, but yeah, this is really, really exciting. I thoroughly enjoyed Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I am beyond excited to dive into Rebirth as soon as it releases. And for our next story, Diablo 4 is Blizzard's fastest selling game of all time. This coming from Business Wire, quote, Diablo 4, the highly anticipated new installment of the iconic Diablo series, is now live. Already, it is Blizzard Entertainment's fastest selling game of all time, with Blizzard's highest pre-launch unit sales ever on both console and PC. In the 4 days since early access started on June 1st, Diablo 4 has been played for 93 million hours, or over 10,000 years, the equivalent playing 24 hours a day since the beginning of human civilization, end quote. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten to dive into Diablo 4 yet. However, I've been highly anticipating this game for a while now, so, as soon as, it goes on sale, I'm definitely going to be picking it up. I'm not able to afford it at full price right now. I've been picking up a lot of, full price games lately, and some other accessories I've been having to get for different consoles and such, so I won't be able to get this one for a little bit yet, but as soon as it goes on sale, or as soon as, I get paid again or whatever, yeah, I do plan to dive into this one. It just makes me happy seeing it do so well. Diablo is one of my favorite gaming series of all time, as you guys probably know at this point. I talk about it all the time, but I've been playing Diablo since Diablo 2 way back in the day, so yeah, I'm really excited to see Diablo still going strong. As you guys probably know at this point, I always like to update you guys whenever there's new stuff coming to the various subscription services, whether it's Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, and this time we have an update on Nintendo Switch Online. This is coming from Nintendo's Twitter account, quote, 4 classic games are now live for hashtag Nintendo Switch Online members. For the NES, it's Mystery Tower. For the SNES, it's Harvest Moon, which, phew, thank God they put Harvest Moon on there, because if you go on eBay and try to buy it physically, yeah, bye money. And then also for the Game Boy, they put on Kirby Tilt and Tumble, which is actually a really fun game from back in the day. I used to play that a ton on the Game Boy. And then Blaster Master Enemy Below, which is also another great game. So yeah, if you have a Nintendo Switch and if you have NSO, definitely go ahead, pick these up. These games are absolutely fantastic, and it probably wouldn't take you much more than 5 minutes to download them. And for our next story, stories like this are always really sad to talk about, just because, you can only imagine what the employees were going through, but Kirby's support studio was shut down. So this coming from Vanpool, quote, Vanpool Company Limited will be dissolved on May 31st, 2023, so they're already dissolved. We have continued to develop games thanks to everyone's kindness, but due to various circumstances, we have decided to disband. We would like to express our heartfelt gratitude for the patronage we have received from all of you and apologize for any inconvenience caused. Although it is a formality, I would like to express my greetings for dissolution. Very truly yours, end quote. So, for those of you that don't know who Vanpool was, they didn't really necessarily make games of their own. However, they were a support studio on games that you definitely, though, know, like those being Super Kirby Clash, Kirby Fighters 2, Kirby in the Forgotten Land, Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe, among other games. So yeah, this is pretty sad. I'm not sure if if at all this will impact Kirby games going forward or like the way that they turn out. Obviously, when it comes to game development, you know, that just relies on like the main developer mostly. The support studios are there to just, well, you know, do just that, just support. But obviously this was a support studio on many different Kirby games, so I'm not sure how that's going to impact things behind the scenes. Regardless, it's always sad whenever a dev studio has to get shut down or disband for one reason or another, so I wish all these people the best, and I hope they find other work soon. And for our last story of the day, this one is really interesting. A new documentary was announced. Now, obviously, again, this is a gaming news show. We don't talk about documentaries unless it is relevant to gaming, and of course this one is. It's about Hideo Kojima. So it's called Hideo Kojima Connecting Worlds, a trailer released on YouTube. You're seeing it on your screen right now. There's no official release date. It just says coming soon at the end, and yeah, I'm really excited to watch this. I wonder, like, what is gonna be in this documentary? Like, what is gonna be detailed? Will it cover maybe some of the development processes on certain games that he's worked on? Maybe will this just be about Hideo Kojima himself? Will it be about his craft only? Will it what are we gonna find out in this movie? Will we find out things about Hideo Kojima, about Hideo Kojima's creative process in making games? Like, what is this gonna be about? And I don't know, I always love stuff like this too, because they did show in the trailer like there was some behind the scenes footage of games that he's worked on, so that's one of the biggest things that I'm excited for, because you know, I'm a huge nerd. I love seeing behind the scenes footage and like in development footage, and from the looks of things, we're gonna be seeing some behind the scenes footage of like Death Stranding being made, so I'm definitely gonna be checking this out as soon as it comes out. I am really excited for this, and I would highly recommend you guys to check it out as well, because again, Hideo Kojima is behind, well, I mean, if you don't know Hideo Kojima and the games that he's behind at this point, then, I mean, I guess you're living under a rock, maybe? Y'all ever heard of the infamous PT, Metal Gear Solid? Yeah, Death Stranding? Yeah, that's all Hideo Kojima, so this is definitely something worth being excited over. But anyways, yeah, that's all the stories that I got for you guys this week. I tried my best to fly through these stories, so I'm sorry if there was any points where I was, like, reading really fast or almost, like, fumbling over my words. I had, like, 17 different stories I had to go through, so I was just trying to get through it as fast as possible. Originally, I had, like, 23 stories, but I cut some things out as the week was going on because I saw how many things I had lined up, so, you know, I try my best to fly through this. I don't like keeping you guys here longer than I have to, because, you know, everybody has busy lives, everybody has things to do. I try to just get you guys the news as quickly and as efficiently as possible without eating up too much of your time, so I just, you know, wanted to take a second to just say, you know, thank you guys for the support on this show so far. We're like 22 episodes deep, and the support on this series has honestly been insane. You know, I love making these videos, and it's always so heartwarming going down to the comments and seeing all the support, seeing all the likes. It genuinely means the world to me, so thank you guys so much. This is something that I've wanted to do for years at this point, and now that I'm doing it, I don't know, it's so much fun. So again, thank you. I love all of you. But anyways, now I definitely want to hear from you guys. What are you guys thinking? Whether it be, you know, about the Hideo Kojima documentary or Diablo. Like, have you been playing Diablo 4? What are your thoughts on that game? What are your thoughts on the Apple Pro headset? That thing looks insane. Are you excited for the TMNT Shredder's Revenge DLC? And are you planning on picking up Everybody Want to Switch? Whatever it is, whatever you're thinking, I'd definitely love to hear from you guys. Anyways, this is Weekly GCap. New episodes go live every single Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern, so if you want to catch them as soon as they go live, well then, now you know when to be here. And anyways, that's it for me, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Have an amazing day and an amazing weekend. Stay beautiful. I love you all. Peace.